So what defines great customer experience? It's all about understanding the client's or the customer's expectations, redefining your own boundaries around your ability to deliver on those expectations, and then exceeding the expectations of that individual. So for example, food always seems to taste better in a restaurant when you get great service. So from Google's perspective, delivering a great customer experience is all about putting the user first in everything we do. So there are two key drivers that actually help Google provide a great customer experience for our users. They are both relevance and speed. So how does Google differentiate itself from its competitors? Well, ultimately, the first point is the internet is one of the most competitive environments that there is. Our competition is literally one click away, so it's a fickle environment where users can choose to chop and change as they see fit, which is the beauty of the internet. So for Google, it's all about getting back to basics, putting the user first and ensuring that we provide the most relevant results possible in the fastest possible time for our users, so that beats or exceeds the user's experience in terms of their expectation and keeps the customer loyal in terms of getting what they want from Google and moving to the destination of their choice on the internet. So in terms of Google's brand promise, the first thing I'd say is point you to the Google homepage. So what first started out from a design engineer's perspective was all about allowing a page to load fast and efficient to create a better user experience. And that page is now often imitated in terms of the ethos of the best possible design and architecture. So it's clean and simple, but it's not clean and sterile. So making it simple is not always easy from Google's perspective. For example, in 2007 alone, we made over 450 changes to the Google algorithm to get more relevance back to the user as fast as possible. Moreover, about 20 to 30% of the internet changes every time we index it. So our ability to keep up with that and ensure that we deliver on our promise or our mission, which is to organise the world's information and to make it universally accessible and usable, is a constant challenge for us. So in terms of measuring how we're going in terms of delivering on our promise to organise the world's information and make it universally accessible and usable, one of the challenges is that this is going to be constantly refining. There's more and more information coming available. So for example, Google's chief economist recently did a study to look at how much information was currently available in the world. And that study delivered an answer to say there's around about 5 million terabytes of information currently across the world in terms of maps, books, newspapers, and so on for the user. And Google are currently organising about 170 terabytes out of 5 million. So we're far from patting ourselves on the back. We've got a long way to go in terms of achieving on our promise or our mission internally. However, we have come a long way. In 2008, we're indexing over 1 trillion pages of the internet. To put that in perspective, in 2002 we were indexing 1 billion pages, and in 1998 we were indexing around 28 million pages on the internet. So we're now indexing over 1 million pages of the internet to bring that information to our users. What's more, we're also embarking on new and exciting products to bring more information to users. So Google Book Search, Google Maps, Street View, and recently, of course, we've got Google News Archive Search, which is looking at bringing all of the world's newspapers from the past online so that users can look, for example, at an advertising feature for a T-Model Ford in 1911. So again, making the whole world's information available to user is something that we can measure, but we're going to constantly need to refine. So how does Google develop an emotional attachment to our brand? So users experience from Google experience relevance and speed of results, and Google really embodies the whole value and principles behind the internet. So Googling has now become part of the vernacular. Google's a verb, if you like, and that demonstrates the value of the attachment and the value that our users place on our service. So to give you another example, my mum's not particularly internet savvy, and she sets her homepage to Google. Surprise, surprise. But what's interesting is that if mum can't load the Google homepage, her immediate assumption is that the internet is down. So again, showing that there's a direct correlation between that emotional attachment to the brand and then attributing that to other factors that aren't necessarily there. So will the customer experience change for the users of Google through these harsh economic times? So the answer for that is no. Google's mission doesn't change: to organise the world's information and make it accessible and usable. And as we commit to that mission, we continue to roll out new technologies and products, and also refine our existing technologies and products to bring more relevance and faster results to our users. In terms of our advertisers, our important advertising customers, these economic times are going to mean every marketing dollar is scrutinised beyond what it was previously. And return on investment and quantifying that return on investment is going to be an imperative. Certainly we believe that search engine marketing is a very good medium to provide and meet the expectation of advertisers in terms of return on investment.